What is up, my simpies, and welcome back to the Simp Cave. And today I'm gonna be discussing the topic. And if you saw the title of the video, yes, we're gonna be discussing pre-orders. Is pre-ordering worth anymore? Should you even pre-order? Is it even? Should you bother? Should you gamble it and not pre-order and just wait for aftermarket, see how it goes, or see if they make extras? And okay, pretty much I was gonna make this video a while back because Zucco talked about this 2 months ago, and then I just kind of waited too long to respond to him because he sent the video to like put down in the comments, respond to him. What do we think? I was gonna respond to him in the video, kind of give my thoughts, but I just saw a video on TikTok that just got posted recently by the creator is called LyBlob. I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Not my intentions, but she kind of spoke about it, and she kind of mentioned pre-orders not being worth, and giving her her 2 cents on what she thinks about. And she said it's not worth it anymore because some figures have been coming out low quality. And what was the other reason she said? I don't remember the other reason she said, but she said one because the figures just haven't been the quality that they used to be. Now, one thing Zucco said, I believe, is they're just in stock afterwards. A lot of the figures that he has, he says he's seen them in stock, and I can attest to the figures being in stock because I have a bunch of figures that are in stock. Neon City Ram is in stock. Neon City Ram is in stock, and I'm pretty sure Neon City Emilia is still in stock. Some of the older figures are still in stock. My Mikasa from Railgun, Certain Scientific Railgun, she's still in stock, I believe. A lot of figures that I have are literally still in stock, and they're not that hard to find. It's not even more of at the market. It's just they're still in stock, and they don't really have it at the market because they're still in stock. It's basically what I'm saying, and I agree with Zucco on that. Now the low quality part, I cannot say, because so far everything that I've been getting has still been wonderful quality. Well, these are past pre-orders. But I have pre-orders like the re-release of Trick or Miku. I got her, but she looks phenomenal. Some of the more recent figures like Arc Knights, Ifrit, haven't pulled it up, but she looks astonishing. Mia from Code Vein looks astonishing. A lot of my figures still look great, so I can't attest to LyBlob in saying that it's the quality of the figures is not worth the pre-order, which I don't know in that aspect because my figures have been looking great. My figures have been looking phenomenal. And they've been looking just gorgeous. Now, one thing I will say is another reason why maybe it's not worth pre-ordering anymore is simply because anime is becoming more mainstream, and because anime is becoming more mainstream, they're making more figures than what they should. Because one thing, if you don't know about that, I learned recently too, is figures are made to pre-order. And just to give you a small bit of what's made to pre-order is how many are pre-ordered, that's how many they're gonna make. In the sense of, for example, a new version of the second version of Symphony Miku that got announced not too long ago. She just went up for pre-order, and if only 50 people pre-order her, it's just an example, they're only gonna make 50. Now, if you're like, well, I see some in my store, my local anime store, I see some still in stock in the stores. Two things happened. One is people canceled the pre-orders, or the company decided to be like, look, they should go ahead and make a little bit extra more. Let's make extra figures, just in case for the people that wanted to pre-order but didn't pre-order but have a chance to own the figure now. That's two of the things that could have happened. Canceled pre-orders is why it's still available, or the company just went ahead and said, look, let's make more of these. It's a very popular character. They just make extras, send them out to the retailers, and let them sell them. Something like that. But now, saying this, in no way, shape, or form am I discouraging you from pre-ordering figures. If you still feel like you don't want to take the gamble, and you might feel like the aftermarket might be stupid for this figure, meaning that like the aftermarket is going to be ridiculous, the price of the said figure is going to be a crazy amount that's going to be hard to pay off because it's just how expensive it is. Go for it. Still pre-order stuff. But at this point, it's up to you to pre-order if you want to pre-order or not. Like, for example, a lot of my Arknights figures that I had, I believe, are still available now in stock, still available to buy. So they don't really have an aftermarket. Now, apparently, also there's some figures that do have an aftermarket, but after being priced so high, after a while, the aftermarket just drops tremendously, and they're way cheaper than retail. Like, and I can attest to that. Like, for example, bare leg bunny figures had never really had an aftermarket that's been strong, but I found Rem and Rom bare leg versions of where they're on their knees and they're like posing together, literally under retail, both of them. Not each was under retail. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy, but at the same time, it makes sense because bare legs. A lot of people just don't prefer the leggings on the bunny figures, and so on and so forth. And all this is for like licensed pieces in general. Now, I will add a little twist to this and talk about unlicensed pieces, because unlicensed pieces are a totally different story. For example, the Violet that you're taking a look at, the video in the background, this Violet is an unlicensed piece by Prism Studio, I believe. Just know that she's unlicensed. And you might be like, well, she's unlicensed, she's not gonna have aftermarket. You're incorrect. The reason I know that unlicensed pieces some of them get sought after is because I collect resins too. What are resins? Resins are the statues that are twice the size. They're 1/3, 1/4. They're pretty big, and they have like a diorama feel to them, or an amazing base that you can see a little extra spikes sticking out. They're extra and they're bigger and they take a lot more space. Is what I'm saying. Now, unlicensed pieces is a totally different story. Unlicensed pieces, I will go ahead and say, are, if you're into looking for figures that are not licensed, because Violet doesn't have any licensed pieces. I wish she did. She did, and if she did, I'm a pre-order. Saying this, that pre-orders might not be worth them more. If Kyoto Animation will announce a licensed piece of Violet right now, I'm gonna pre-order. Why? Because this is the first official license of her, and Violet is a character that people really want to see as a licensed piece, as a licensed figure to collect. So far, there's only been like 5 of them, but all of them have been unlicensed. And the one you're looking at the back that I have in my video, she's the most popular one at the moment because she's released already. Another couple ones have released too, but they're a bit bigger. They're more. This one fits the scale figure area, which even though she's a resin, but her aftermarket is literally ridiculous. Retail, she was about $340. She was in the 300 range, I believe. You're like, for a licensed piece, yeah, it's ridiculous, right? But her aftermarket, I'll have some screenshots. There you go. Look right here. Look on the video. Right here. Perfect timing. Look her aftermarket. She ranges from $700 to $1,000. Her aftermarket. Ridiculous. And you're like, man, what? So yes, there is a scene for the unlicensed pieces as well. Now, you might be like, why are you supporting unlicensed pieces? Like I said, there's no licensed pieces for Violet. I believe I do. She's the only one. I do have an Urza, and that's about it that are unlicensed in my collection. Everything else is licensed. Like, you were to come in my room, you'll see a big Esdev, a big Akame, a big Toka versus Tsukiyama. All those are licensed pieces. Like I said, the only unlicensed is TPA Studios Urza, which is the very top of my shelf. Looking at her, and that Violet. But if you're, like I said, if you do collect unlicensed pieces, because some of these, let's be honest, some of these unlicensed pieces be looking oh so good and so gorgeous. And honestly, like they're, like I said, you saw Violet's aftermarket. It's ridiculous. All that to say, licensed pieces, is it worth pre-ordering? Not as much anymore. Unlicensed pieces, yeah, you better pre-order that. Because they're not made to pre-order. They kind of give you a number. And the unlicensed is, like I said, it's more the Violet falls more into resin statues than figures. Scale figures, you won't really see unlicensed scale figures. At least I haven't seen any. It's more statues than anything. Like I said, they take more space, and it can be a bit more pricier because they're bigger, and shipping can be ridiculous. But yeah, there you have it. I hope I made my 2 points about is it worth pre-ordering figures, which I don't think so, but at the same time, like I said, don't get discouraged. If you still feel like you have to pre-order stuff, maybe think about it a little bit more this time. Don't just go ahead, pre-order. One figures that I instantly pre-order that I don't even think about is Arc Knights. I love Arc Knights, and I will forever pre-order Arc Knights. Arc Knights are instant POs for me. But like, for example, maybe a Ram now. You know, Ram's oversaturated in the scene. I won't think about it. I'm not gonna instantly just do it, and because there's so many of her. So I'm gonna think about it and wait. And if she's still in stock, buy her in stock, or buy her at my local anime retail store. But yeah, there you guys have it. Maybe think about it. Unless you really, really love that character, I say go for it. You know, don't even think about it twice, like I do with the Arc Knights figures. But other than that, it is up to you guys. At the end, us creators can say it's not worth it anymore, but at the end, it's up to you. You want to keep pre-ordering, or you don't want to pre-order these figures. Up to you. I'm not trying to convince you in any way, shape, or form. You do you. You be yourself. So yeah, there you guys have it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I wanted to give a little bit of my but my 2 cents on this. And you want to watch the video in the background with commentary, I'll be in the links in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for support. And as always, keep on collecting them waifus.